Yo, what's up, people? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? You already know what time it is. So apparently, you got folks talking about it. Shannon Sharpe left ESPN. So Shannon Sharpe no longer will be working for ESPN due to the situation of him paying that $15 million to the lady he was dealing with. So Shannon Sharpe will not return to ESPN. He stepped down. I guess he had a talk with ESPN and they came to some conclusion. And so, yeah, he's pretty much no longer working for ESPN. Now, his co host, Chad Ochocinco, looks like he will be working for ESPN. So that would be interesting to see, you know, going forward. Will Ocho be the replacement of Shannon Sharp? And did Shannon Sharp put that word in for him because it was a matter of time. He knew that anything could happen, so that's real possible. So hey, look, when you work for certain companies, certain people, and there's a clause and a clause in your contract. One of the things, when I used to work for AUBC, which is owned by Disney, before they let me go, because one of the staff members that was a high ranking lied on me when I used to be monitoring over there by Western Avenue. And then I monitored the other parts of ABC. This is after I left high school, you know what I'm saying? Back in 98, 99 time. We're talking about in the late 90s. And so it's like they have certain protocols. And Shannon did not, look into that fully. And so, he did what he did. So now we know who the person in question with that IG situation and who it is. Now we know who it is. So all I could tell you guys is that, you can't miss business with pleasure. And if there's a certain clause in your contract and you just think you could do everything, that's going to mess up their product. No matter how talented you are, you're messing up someone else's product that you're working for. And they cannot take them lawsuits and losses because you're good at what you do. So it's like, ¿cómo está? ¿Cómo está? Hola, ¿cómo está? So yeah, it's like you take this situation and it's like you messed up the bag, man. Then you messed up Ocho with the situation y'all got going on, and y'all lost a lot of sponsors. And you see what old girl did, Shannon. Whatever you promised her, you shouldn't have done that, man. Because you know, women could be petty sometimes, man. They could be, and especially you're a high profile, you should. You talked about certain things that men should not do, and here it is. You get caught up in the cookie jar. Business is business. So hopefully he learns from this. You know, I know he is glad that Ocho's there. Ocho got to be careful. Ocho single got to be careful because now, you know, they know he's still cool with Unc and the business partners. At the same time, man, you got to move correctly. And Ocho didn't warn him though. He did. He was like, "Yo, Unc, man," because Ocho knew who he was dealing with. He was like, "Yo, Unc, man, I'm not telling you what to do. I know that we work together, man. Yo, I don't know, man. I think you should let that be." He got the warning from, Ocho, Monique, Cat Williams, and now he no longer works for ESPN. I don't think Club Shay Shay will be going down or nightclub. There's no way people will still support it. It's just a simple fact that you allow. It just at the point we know what type of woman it was. At the same time, you got to be mindful. You can't miss business with pleasure, man. And whatever you told that young lady and you didn't fulfill it, she felt some type of way. So she went out there and put you out there publicly. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you got to be mindful and cognizant, especially when you are making power moves, as a man. The Bible tells us that, you know, do not give your strength, do not give your all to a woman, for she destroyed kings. Don't give her your all. That doesn't mean that you're not supposed to take care of her or provide services for her. What that means is you giving her your all on the wrong side of on the wrong side of time. So when Solomon dealt with women that was not for him, that was for men of the wickedness, it is what it is. So, hey, I'm not talking down on the man. You got people talking down on the man. And I'm like, you remember you're a man. How you doing? You as a man should know that you should not be going in on the man when he's down and out. You know, he made a mistake. He gonna learn for that. He made a mistake. He gonna learn for that. And I know that he'll bounce back. So I'm not gonna be one of those guys like happy that he lost the bad to ESPN. What this should tell you fellas is that you should be mindful and cognizant of how you move out here in these streets in these real world situations because not everybody have your best interests. So he should be he should take it as you know what? Yep, I messed up. I messed up the sponsor with Ocho. That made Ocho had to work even more because remember Ocho stay out here in Miami. You know what I'm saying? Florida. How you doing? Stay out there in Wynwood. So it's like that's not that's elaborate. You know, I know him and old girl not together at the same time. Also got responsibility. He got kids. I know Shannon got children. They grown and stuff. At the same time, man, you gotta be responsible how you move out here. You got guys out here celebrating that he lost his job. I ain't celebrating that. I understand from a business standpoint that you cannot take a risk with somebody who is a high profile or a guy who works a regular 9 to 5 or got some type of business and he out here moving messy. Yeah, he should be held accountable for his actions. At the same time, this goes on all the time. It just so happened he got caught. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm not going to be too long. You know, I know Stephen A. Like, man, I vouch for you, dude. And Stephen A. got his stuff going on right now with ESPN. I'm hearing, you know, a lot of people gunning for him. Because based on his views. So it's like it's a lot. When you get to that point in life, guys, that you start winning, you can't just have everybody around you, man. Even if you have best interest for them, you just can't have everybody around because people will lie on you, slander you. And in this case, she might have over exaggerated certain things she say, yet at the end of the day, he put himself in an uncompromised situation because he promised her something. Don't ever do that. How you doing? Don't ever put yourself in that. Keystone said these guys get rich, get rich, let the money go to their head, think they can do what they want, and when the reality catches up to them, then they broke and lose an opportunity. No, Shannon ain't broke. Shannon's not broke. Make no mistake about it. He's not as what he wanted to be because of the endorsement. So it's going to be a long time probably before they get an endorsement again. I don't see Shannon losing momentum. It's just unfortunate that his presence will be missed on ESPN. And what probably end up happening is Stephen A. Although he signed that contract, if there's a binary, he might, get a percentage of that and may step down from ESPN. Because I saw his face today, he missed Shannon. How you doing? Him and Ocho, him and Ocho could mesh. It's not like you know Shannon and Stephen A. was doing big numbers, y'all. We have not ever seen that in a long time. And so, Shannon fell for the bait. What more can I say? This is something a lot of you guys can learn from. I don't want the man to lose everything. I was not up on here saying he should lose everything. Yeah, you had a lot of entities, saying that, or deities saying that he should lose everything because he was dealing with another ethnicity. The point is, regardless of who he was dealing with, you got to move correct. You know what I'm saying? So it's unfortunate he got let go of ESPN. I'm not gonna dog the man. I know he'll bounce back. You know, at the same time, just don't be messing with messy women, Shannon Sharpe. Because believe me, even on this situation I dealt with, or the brethren dealt with, you see what's going on. So it's like you just gotta let them women be, and like what Monique said, you're with somebody that is on your level, man. You're somebody on your frequency. You can't be dealing with these messy chicks, man. And it's like a lot of guys with certain money, they get with messy chicks because they wanted them when they was young. And it's not even worth it. If anything, I take from this, it sharpens many of you guys in the chat. It sharpens you if you're at the 9 to 5. It's to sharpen you to do better and make better decisions, regardless of who the woman is. So appreciate that comment, Keystone. We got Andrew Lane, and we got a Latina, Noon Cole. You know, that's a person that know of my channel. So shout out to you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for viewing. So my final words, y'all, because I'm not going to be too long with this. I'm going to try to make it 15 minutes tops. I want to thank each and every one of you for supporting multitude of ways. We only got one like, so that means a lot of people coming in here not liking the video. Wow. Would people think I was going to flip out on Shannon? No, I'm not going to flip out on Shannon because nobody wants to see anybody, lose the bag. We just want to say to Shannon, like, man, yo, tighten up. You're going to be all right. You're going to get it fixed and don't do it again. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's not the point of the person being a celebrity, Keystone. It's the point of the respect. People do a lot of things to get where they at. You know what I'm saying? Listen, y'all, I gotta move more differently than ever before. I can't do what I used to do. You know what I'm saying? You know, a lot of you guys gotta be the same way. When you reach a certain pinnacle, you reach a certain level and steps, you know, and them doors is opening. You just can't bring everybody with you because they're gonna crash out. People crashing out over things that don't make sense. So my advice to everybody: just let cool heads prevail, like Ringo say. I'm just very humble, very sincere about the situation. It's just unfortunate because the man was on his way to something big, and he allowed that to happen, and he owns up to it. He tried to play it off, yet it was just a matter of time, you know. And Shannon, you ain't got to prove to anybody if you're dealing with multitude of women. Yo, keep that. You keep your life private. I respect that. You try not to put her out there. She just happened to want to be seen. All right. Have a good one. All right. Take care. All right. Have a good one. All right. Yeah, I had to mute the mic because I don't display personal information, especially online. If people talking to me and I gotta be professional for one, and for two, appreciate y'all tuning in. Make sure you double tap the like button. I'm not gonna be on too long about this. Like I was saying, like when you reach a certain pinnacle, you gotta move differently. That's what I've been doing, moving differently. because folks losing their mind out here. So he kept it private. At the same time, she just let it out. Whatever he said to her, he didn't come through at a particular time, and she was being petty. Do I think she really wanted to let him get fired? No, I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? It's just the simple fact that she got tired of waiting, whatever the conversation may be. And it's just gotta be mindful who you bring around you. Some people can't handle you being successful, y'all. We're gonna talk about that, what I'm saying, on the next video. Matter of fact, let me write that down, because I be having a lot of stuff in my mind. Some people can't handle your success. You know what I'm saying? Let me write that down real quick. Let me message it. Some people can't handle your success. And that's real talk. Some people cannot handle your success, y'all. You're gonna start noticing that. You're gonna be like, man, wow, that's an interesting content. I'm gonna do a pre-record on that. Some people cannot handle your success. Let me type that down. Some people cannot handle your success. No, they cannot handle your success. Some people cannot handle your success, yo. You're gonna realize that as time go on. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm gonna do a pre-record about that because I'm gonna be very busy. I'm gonna do a pre-record video about that, and I'm gonna be very busy. So you know how to reach out to me. If you're gonna send me something that's not AI, y'all. Don't send me no AI videos, cause you know I'm not with that. Send me something that's official. You're not gonna get me caught lacking. For the most part. Send me something that's legitimate, that's newsworthy, that's something to talk about that relates to what we're talking about in particular. Uh, Send me the source, like Ringo say, send me the source. Don't send me just something to send me something because I'm not gonna pay no mind to it. All right. So I do appreciate y'all, you know, rocking with the platform. Make sure you like and share the video, and y'all handle your business out there. I'm not gonna down the man. You know, he was into the young lady. It just happened that she was just either sent or you know he invited her in his world, and she wasn't ready for that. Some ladies ain't ready for that. Some ladies are, some ladies ain't. So I'll talk about that, on the pre-record video. Just like how you doing, ladies. Some men ain't ready for you. They deem like they ready, and when they link up with you, they're not ready. So it goes both ways. However, we're gonna talk about, you know, the ladies can't handle a man's success, and then we're gonna talk about the men can't handle a woman being ready to be successful with you. So with that said, Keystone, everybody else tuning into the show that's listening from different languages, thank you for thumbsing up the video, liking the video. How you doing? All right. Okay. And thank you for liking the video and share the video. What I'm saying? I'm gonna holler at y'all on the next one and we get ready for, my purpose and stuff like that. And we about to get out of here soon because I'm ready to get on the road, do what I need to do. I wasn't really supposed to be here. Everything happens for a reason. You know what I'm saying? All praises to the Most High. You know, now I got, instead of enjoying my 2 days off in between, I got to come in, tomorrow, Friday, my usual schedule, and then get ready for the weekend. It is what it is. So, Lord's will, of course. Y'all be safe out there. If you support the Cash App, I appreciate it. I'll holler at you on the next one. Brown Royces to the people with the business.